Okay, I'm here with Aaron Sheedy, who's the Vice President of Mobile Product at Nuance.
That's right.
And you're showing off a new version of Swype here today, which I know everybody knows and loves Swype if you have an Android phone, probably. But can you show us what's new in this version?
Absolutely. So first off, we are adding a bunch of great additions to our algorithm. Number one, Swype and XT9 have been integrated finally after the integration. And so we have really the best of predictive tap and the best of Swype style input. In addition, we get to put in handwriting and drag and dictation. So we really feel like we have the best multimodal keyboard
Cool.
on the planet.
Well, I know people want to see it, so can you show what's the coolest new things in this?
Yeah, the coolest new thing. So the coolest thing we have is it's a learning model. So I type, not surprisingly, this is Swype. And I say sort of the next generation of text input. So because I type that so often, it's sitting there as a predicted phrase of text input. So we have a personal language model that sits on this phone and effectively just listens to the way that I use language, correlates the words I use to common relationships between those, and provides me with an incredibly accurate personal language model that lets me.
I know you're a soccer fan.
Yeah.
And if you've been typing Euro 2012 a lot, would it actually learn that?
It would. It would. So I actually haven't been because I'm a little bit of an EPL snob. So so it's more of an Arsenal style approach. So Arsenal's in there is awesome. So and more other things as well. So so that's one thing. It's got a language model that learns from the way I learn it. And in addition, one of the challenges, of course, with preloaded software is that it may not come with the language that I speak. So Swype now has language downloads available to it. So any of our 55 languages can be downloaded. So that means if I'm Russian and I live in New York, if I'm Chinese and I live in Los Angeles, or if I'm an American living in Paris, I can download my native language and use it anywhere in the world.
Very cool.
So finally, one of the other cool things we have is the ability to basically update Swype over the air. And it gives me the ability to just basically pull down the next generation of Swype, no matter whether it's preloaded on the device, whether I have the Swype beta. So this lets us keep our end users up to date with the very best algorithms and iterations that we have.
That's cool. So Swype was recently purchased by Nuance. What can you say about the integration just between Nuance and Swype?
Yeah, well, it's been great. I mean, I think not all of us know this, but so Nuance acquired TGIC back in 2007 from AOL, and TGIC was in fact Cliff Kushler's original company. He founded that in 1995 with Martin King. And when they sold that company to AOL, there was a bunch of legacy folks on the TGIC side, and there was a bunch of folks that went sort of with Cliff over time to start Swype. And so we really ended up with two teams on 5 blocks away in Seattle working on really advanced text input models. And it was amazing to have that group all come back together and now be sitting under one roof, really working on what we think is kind of the next generation input.
Yeah.
It was both a teary and awesome reunion, and I think that this is the result.
Right, and Nuance is really known for voice dictation.
Yeah.
So could you show me just how that works
Absolutely.
within the new service?
Definitely. So one of the cool things we have is an integration of the voice model. So I can do dictation right here from this key here and speak anything I want. So I can move back and forth between typing, swiping, or speaking. And what's even cooler is we've integrated the language models of both. So let's say I add a word that's not in the dictation dictionary. So kimchi is a perfect example. Now, Korean food, we actually end up over there all the time, so we have it in the dictionary. So if I add kimchi, add it to the dictionary, I can then hit the swipe key. Hit the dictation key and say, I love kimchi. And there it is in my dictation dictionary. So anything I've written, anything that's been inputted via text is now resident in our cloud dictation model. And that unification really helps.
And that's really the combination of Nuance and Swype coming together.
That's right.
Interesting. Well, cool. Well, thanks for showing me the new version here today.
Thanks very much, John.